Welcome, everyone. Welcome to another episode of the Niners Sickness Podcast. Welcome, everyone. I am doing an episode of the playoff bracket. As we all know, the teams that are now in the playoffs have been seeded and done with. The Niners are the number one seed in the NFC, so they have a bye. Then you have the Baltimore Ravens in the AFC, also the number one seed with a bye. So we're looking at the wild card position. And what I'm going to do, ladies and gentlemen, is I'm going to go and I'm going to pick the teams that I think will advance all the way to the Super Bowl. Then I'm going to give you my Super Bowl pick. I might surprise you. Make sure you tune in to the very last part. Hit the like, subscribe if you haven't subscribed already, and share. Listen, guys, you guys can follow me on Twitter. My Twitter account's on the screen. Now, I call it Twitter still. It's X, but follow me at Niners Sickness 49. And I post a lot of cool things there. You can also follow me on TikTok. I put a lot of funny videos on there. So if you want to see me looking like a clown, make sure to go at Niners Sickness Podcast on TikTok. And you can also follow me on Instagram, where I post a lot of pictures, little video clips, and so on at Niners Sickness Podcast on Instagram. And then on Facebook, I have a group and a page that you can follow if you like under, you got it, at Niner Sickness Podcast. And support your boy. I appreciate it. All right, with no further ado, let's get ready to rumble. Here we go. So there's the bracket before you. You got the Baltimore Ravens at number one with a bye. You got the San Francisco 49ers, number one with a bye. Then you got the 7 seed facing the 2 seed, which is Pittsburgh and Buffalo. You got the 6 seed facing the 3rd seed, which is Miami at Kansas City. Then you got the 5th seed facing the 4th seed, which is Cleveland at Houston. On the NFC side, you got the 7th seed Green Bay Packers facing the 2nd seed Dallas Cowboys. You got the 6th seed LA Rams facing the 3 seed Detroit Lions. You got the 5th seed Philadelphia Eagles taking on the 4th seed Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Who will advance? All right, so let's get this party started. So we're going to start with Cleveland at Houston. I just want to really quick congratulate D'Amico Ryans for everything he's done this year. First year head coach, first year quarterback as a rookie, and CJ Stroud. They both have worked great together. They have great chemistry with each other. A young defense. This team has now won their division in year 1. That is pretty amazing. But you got the Cleveland Browns. Great defense. You got Joe Flacco doing his thing. Who will win this game? This is going to be a fun and interesting game. But I think the momentum of D'Amico Ryans, CJ Stroud, the way he's playing, that defense, I think they will be able to take the win at home and advance to face the Baltimore Ravens. All right, we got the Kansas City Chiefs hosting the Miami Dolphins. Tua versus Mahomes. Now, we all know Mahomes is still the great quarterback that we all know. He is phenomenal in the playoffs. He's going on against Tua, who has struggled. Tua lost to Buffalo and Josh Allen last week. Now they're the 6th seed instead of being the number 1 seed. They're going into Kansas City. Now, Kansas City has been struggling because of the lack of receivers, and those that are there can't catch the ball. But Miami, I just can't bet on them. I got to go with Andy Reid and Patrick Mahomes. It is hard to go against Kansas City, so I have Kansas City advancing to the next round. Now let's talk Pittsburgh at Buffalo. Now this is going to be easy. Pittsburgh got in because the Jaguars couldn't get in. Unfortunately, they lost TJ Watt. He will not be playing against this game. Even if he was, the Bills are just too good to lose to the Steelers at home. All right, now we got the divisional round. We got the Baltimore Ravens hosting the DeMeco Ryans, CJ Stroud, Houston Texans. Houston's on a roll. DeMeco's fired up. They won their first playoff game as a first head coach, first rookie quarterback to do so for the Houston Texans. But this is where the road ends for a young, promising Houston Texans. They're only going to get better, and they're going to be in the playoffs for years to come under these two gentlemen, CJ Stroud and DeMeco Ryans. But I take the Baltimore Ravens to move on. We got Kansas City hosting the Buffalo Bills. Josh Allen comes into Arrowhead to take on Patrick Mahomes. The Kansas City has a great defense. They have been playing great all year long. We don't know what kind of version of Josh Allen that we're going to get. Are we going to get the Josh Allen that throws 3 touchdowns, runs for 1? Or are we going to get the one that's going to turn it over 2 times in this game? I think we'll get the best of Josh Allen. I think he'll be dialed in. He'll be ready to play. And he's going to go into Arrowhead and beat the Kansas City Chiefs. So I got Buffalo moving on. Now we got the AFC Championship game. We got Buffalo going into Baltimore. Buffalo's going to be hyped for beating Kansas City at home. Josh Allen played well. But that defense of Baltimore is way too good. Lamar Jackson is playing good football right now. I just can't see Lamar losing at home to Josh Allen and the Buffalo Bills. So I take the Ravens to go and represent the AFC in the Super Bowl in Las Vegas. Let's go. Now moving over to the NFC. We got the Buccaneers hosting the Philadelphia Eagles. Now, the Philadelphia Eagles have lost their identity. They're in crisis. They were at one time 10-1. And ever since San Francisco went into Philadelphia, they just broke that spirit. They clipped those wings. The Eagles have not been the same since. They had lost to the Arizona Cardinals the week before, and last week they lost to the Giants. 2 teams that are going to be picking in the top 5. I take Tampa Bay in this game to advance. I just don't trust the freaking Eagles. All right, we got the Lions hosting the Rams. Now, this is going to be a great playoff game. You got 2 quarterbacks that were drafted by the opposite team. Matthew Stafford was drafted by the Detroit Lions, and Jared Goff was drafted by the Los Angeles Rams. They made a trade. Now Goff is in Detroit, and Stafford is in LA. Stafford's going back to Detroit, not to win them a playoff game, but to try to keep Detroit from advancing. These are going to be a great game. The Rams are hot. McVay is a great coach. Dan Campbell is going to bite those knees off of McVay and the Rams, and I see the Lions advancing over the Rams. We got the Dallas Cowboys hosting the hot Green Bay Packers. Jordan Love is spreading a lot of love amongst that offense. Can they go in to Dallas and beat Dallas at home, where Dallas have not lost a home game all year? Dallas will advance and move on. Love, maybe next year. All right. We got the Detroit Lions. Hold on real quick. We got the Niners and Tampa Bay. We got the Niners and Tampa Bay. Tampa Bay beat the Eagles, who are not a good team. Baker Mayfield is playing hurt. They're coming into Santa Clara to play a well-rested team. Eric Armstead looks like he'll be ready to go. The Niners defense will be ready to go. We're all rested. So the tackling is going to step up again. Brock Purdy is going to be ready to go. So the Niners easily handle their business at home and advance to the championship game. Now you got Detroit you got Detroit in Dallas. A rematch of that controversial call, wink, wink, from the referee. Who will win this game? The Cowboys, who are hot at home, or Detroit, who is starving to win a championship? Spoiler alert, the Lions will beat the Cowboys. Now you got the San Francisco 49ers hosting Dan Campbell, Jared Goff, Detroit Lions in Santa Clara for the opportunity to represent the NFC in the Super Bowl. This is going to be a great game. It'll be the first time these two teams match up against each other. The Niners have been really close. They were there last year. They lost to the Eagles because Brock got hurt. The year before that, they lost to the Rams. But this year, the 49ers will be punching it in to the Super Bowl. Now, ladies and gentlemen, it's going to be a rematch of the Baltimore Ravens and San Francisco 49ers in Super Bowl in Las Vegas. Earlier this year on Christmas Day, the Baltimore Ravens came into Santa Clara and beat the Niners. Now, the Niners turned the ball over 5 times. That's not going to happen again. This is going to be a great game. It's going to be a close game. But I do not expect the Niners to make the same mistakes. I expect them to make the proper adjustments. the Niners will win the Super Bowl this year. Let's go. Yeah, baby. Super Bowl champions. Let's go. Your San Francisco 49ers is 2023-2024 Super Bowl champions. Let's go. Congratulations to all the San Francisco 49er fans and faithfuls out there. Quest for 6 is finally over. We got our 6th Lombardi trophy. Let's go.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2,